Hey guys, how you doing? This is Gavin and Shane with Dafco. Shane, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good. So guys, on this video, we're going to be talking about phone lead generation, okay? This is probably one of the biggest things that we do with multiple different businesses and industries. Shane, start us off. Give us a couple of, industries that we're working with right now.
So right now we've got a couple of biggish projects on. One is, I guess, in the real estate is the best way to put it. I mean, obviously on top of the real estate that we normally have, that is potentially several hundred VAs that we're looking at hiring on for them, which is a huge saving for them, which we'll get onto in a minute. And then another one is selling advertising space effectively, isn't it?
Yeah.
For a sports product.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, guys, some of the things that we look at is going, well, why would you use Daft? Okay. What happens is when you're doing cold outreach, when you're doing cold calling, okay, which is basically the start of how we're going to generate leads in your business, and it's at a affordable rate. Shane mentioned we're working potentially with a company that they need several hundred VAs now, virtual assistants, agents, or people on the phones. One of the biggest things that we looked at is that if this position was hired in the US, going into an office, you're going to be looking at about 60,000-70,000 base for that agent. That's just their wage. That's without commission. Okay, cost of the office, payroll taxes, insurance, health insurance, all them kind of things. All right. So we are cutting that down massively with what we charge. Obviously, that's why they're interested in having a conversation. We're not just saving dollars, we're saving millions of dollars. Okay. So if you're watching this and you're looking for that, you've got to be starting to think on a big scale, because it's not just about the money, but it's about the efficiency and the personnel that we get that is built to do this job. Now, I can only speak for myself when it comes to cold calling. It's tedious, it's hard, it's draining. And I think, as me and Shane are from, England, or now living in the US. So I think US based or English based callers, it takes its toll. And I think other countries, that is what they are kind of built to do. I mean, what do you think, Shane?
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, it's obviously something that's very popular from the Philippines, a role that's very popular from there, for good reason. One, because they are so much better than 99% of people realise, and because they're just so much more affordable. The project that we were talking about a second ago, the savings is potentially in the tens of millions, which is just insane. For a very similar level of service, you could get double the amount of work done and still save.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always said that if you could have 2 or 3 people on the phone against one person, you're going to, when we're talking about entry level, again, lead generation, they're always going to outperform, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just through sheer volume. So, what do I mean by that? The things that we track is, contacts, number of dials, and then the contact rate. Okay, making sure that we're doing 300 dials in a shift. How many of them are we actually getting on the phone with? And then what you'll do is you'll be able to create your KPIs, your key performance indicators, and actually track what's working as you grow your business. I mean, that's something that we do here, and we control all of that for you in-house, so you don't even have to think about it.
Obviously, just to control that sort of amount of people is just such a time absorbing job altogether. So to get a team together that will do the calls, the team leaders, the management, and all the way up, and it's getting all those systems right. It's a big scale job, especially for like the company that we're talking to at the moment that we're pretty close on. This just is massive. And we're pretty experienced, obviously, with what you've done in the past, what I've done in the past, with the rest of the team and what they've done just in building that together. So it's pretty seamless, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, guys, leads are the lifelong thing in your business. Without leads, you're not making money. Okay, so lead generation is the number one thing that you need in your business. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, you want to have a conversation with us, there's going to probably be a link below this video. as well, or you can just go to dafco.com, schedule an appointment with us. It's worth a conversation, and we're going to give you a little something, extra, especially while we're talking about being on the phone. We're going to put a little clip in, hopefully, right now, where we'll give you a little sample of the voice of some of our agents for you to take a listen, and you tell me, okay, for the savings, and can you really tell a difference? Because I don't think you can.
Good morning. My name is Jen, and I'm calling from DAFCO. We specialize in providing top notch virtual outsourcing and staffing solutions. I'm reaching out to see if you have a moment to discuss how we might be able to help ABC Company streamline operations, enhance productivity, or fulfill any staffing needs you may have. For example, we recently assisted ABC Enterprises in scaling their customer support team, resulting in a 30% increase in customer satisfaction.
So anything else, Shane?
Yeah, I mean, exactly as you just said, it's great to put that option of listening to somebody that's going to be on the phone, because at the end of the day, you're saving a third of the cost, and you don't want to ruin the quality of what you're doing. So it's definitely got to be right. I just want to touch on something that you spoke about the other day, because obviously there's a couple of different sorts of lead generation you can do. You can either have a setter or a salesperson. How do you see that going for different companies?
Yeah, that's a great, actually, very good point. So obviously, sales is probably one of the hardest things to do. Okay, in business, right? Because that's the thing that obviously generates the money, is getting the sale. So the first thing that we
Mm.
do, and why we want to have a conversation, is that we want to see what it is you're selling or trying to sell, and or looking at the product. Because we're the first to say if we believe that we can have someone that can actually close, or are they a better fit as an appointment set? I'll give you an example in the real estate space. Okay, our agents would be setting appointments for the acquisition when it comes to the real estate space. When we're talking about investments, okay, we have properties, we have different design houses. There's so much that goes into it, and it's such an emotional thing for the seller that you have to really, get on that emotional level with them. And with culture differences, it's hard to close someone like that over a period of time. So what we do and get our agents to do is find out who's interested, gather information. It could be, what's the situation of the seller? Okay, it could be the time frame of what they want to sell, what's the condition of the property, and what are the price that they want. Gathering this information of them 4 key points comes into the acquisition, or you as in the investor in real estate, and now you have everything in front of you to decide, okay, and when I call this lead, you know what their situation is. You know the property is vacant. You know it's been vacant for 3 years. You know that it needs a lot of work and no one's lived in it. They want to sell it as quickly as possible, and they're maybe not sure on the price, but that would be a great lead and something you would all agree, listening, that you want to jump on immediately.
Yeah, and you have got the option of live transfers as well, because as we all know, sometimes you can lose a lead if it gets set in an appointment down the line. So we've just got to do it to suit whichever the situation you're in.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. That's why what we do is tailored. That's why us having a conversation with you, just absolutely seeing what you do in a day-to-day in your business, and then how can we fit in and make it maybe better, take things off your plate. Okay, and so I guess we're not just providing a service, but also going to be strategizing with you
Mm.
to get the best out of the campaign and working together.
Exactly. I mean, we see so many different companies, and there's different sorts of sales. There's the long wait sales. There's the short, which is pretty instant, and it's all set up completely differently. Like, we're used to pretty short term sales.
Yeah.
Then we've obviously got people in the team that use the long ones, and that not everybody is going to suit both.
Yeah.
So just one example of many how it can really vary.
Yeah. And just to tie off as well, guys, this is something where we create a job description with you. Okay. And I'm not going to go into the hiring process, but we actually create a job description, and we go and actually find or advertise to get the right person for your job. We're not just going to say, hey, here's a VA, unless we have a VA already, or an agent that's ready to go that suits that job. we will actually find the best, and you will make the decision, okay, along with us on if they're hired. So this isn't something, you know, that you're just left in the dark and you're putting your whole business in our hands. You're kind of on the journey with us, and you'll be involved as much as you you know, wish to be.
Sounds good.
Awesome. All right, guys, appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one. Remember, dafco.com. Reach out. Let's have a conversation, and we'll see you all soon. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.